Hey weebs and weirdos, I'm going to be showing off my wig collection. If you can't tell, I'm cosplaying as a total shut-in today. You know, with my messed up hair and my baggy hoodie and my cinema roll pants. You know, the sad part is I kind of am shut-in. Well, I do school online and also I do a lot of my basic daily stuff inside. I don't really leave the house a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of just a shut-in. Wanna know what else this shut-in has? A cosplay buying problem. I do make a lot of my cosplays. If you can't tell, I've made like this cute little like elf outfit before. I've made my Iruma-kun outfit before, which I made a video about that if you want to check that out. The one thing that I can't make is wigs, and so I have a lot of wigs. But I do try to reuse wigs for multiple cosplays, which I will get into soon. And I will give you my recommendations based on where I bought these wigs, how well they did for me. Let's get into that. Want to know something really, really sad? I have not one, not two, but 3 pink wigs. And I barely use any of them. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I have 3. First up, we have this wig. This wig has been with me for a while. It's one of those like crappy like Halloween things that you'd get at like the dollar store, but I'm pretty sure I got this secondhand at Value Village. And as you can tell, it's very shiny. I usually don't do an actual cosplay with it. I usually just wear this wig, do a makeup look, and call it a day. But I have done a closet cosplay version of Psyche K for this before. The only problem with that is that if you look at a picture of Psyche and then you look at this wig, as you can tell, it's very different shades of pink. If I ever cosplay Psyche K again, I'm definitely gonna get a different wig. A bunch of these hair fibers already falling out onto my sweater. I do not recommend it as like if you want a good wig, but it's really good because it's cheap. Next up, we have this other pink wig. I'm pretty sure I got this one from Amazon. I think it's just like a regular long pink wig, but I used it for an Infinity Nikki closet cosplay. It's also one of my newer wigs. I cut the bangs, styled at the top, but the one thing I hate about long wigs, it tangles really easily. So what I like to do, I use a crap ton of hairspray and hair gel sometimes, and I just like slather it on, and it really does help. There are some people who say that like to get rid of the shine you should use fabric softener. It works in such a minuscule way that I just don't think it's worth it. But like if you already have fabric softener, which most people do, you should use it, but it does not make enough of a difference for it to really be necessary. But it does have like the similar problems from a cheap wig where there's not a lot of hair fibers and it might like come out a bit easier. Not as easy as the dollar store ones, which is really nice. And it's definitely pretty good for like a cheap wig. I think it was only like 10 bucks on Amazon. Pretty good. Be warned, this is really embarrassing. This is one of the first wigs I've ever styled, and this is the reason why you've never seen me wear my Astolfo cosplay. Because I butchered the wig so bad that I had to buy a new pink wig, which I don't even know if I'm gonna use that long pink wig for it because I'm scared of like cutting it and then turning into this mess. Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so heads up, if you're gonna do and style a wig into something and you do not, for the first time, do not buy a cheap Amazon wig. I'm pretty sure this is also an Amazon wig. If I remember, it's been a while. Or it was a LaMail wig. Might be one of the two. It does not have enough hair wefts. And so it's gonna look the braid looks so good, and then look at the top. It's so bad. I genuinely consider just chopping all of this off and turning it into some kind of helmet wig, because it already looks bad. It cannot get worse from here. This wig is a really decent wig if it wasn't butchered by me. So if you're gonna style a wig, do not get a cheaper wig. I think you should just invest into a more expensive wig, unless if you have somehow the skill for it. If you want to know how I store my wigs, I usually just throw them in a plastic bag. What I like to do is I like to put an elastic on it, usually very loosely, for the longer wigs. I put my hand inside of the wig cap, and then I just shove it in. It is not good for long term. I would prefer to have it displayed on a bunch of those wig heads, but I do not have space for that. And one day I hope I can. One, and then I pinch it, grab this part, and then you want to gently place it in. It is not a good long-term solution. I definitely recommend using wig caps, not wig caps, styrofoam heads, if you have the money or the time. Okay, so I have two, ignore this fluff of hair. I have two wigs here. They're both for the same character. They're both bought from separate companies. Be warned, this wig is gonna look worse or about as bad as the Astolfo wig. Okay, so this is for Deku. Originally it was a longer wig, right? And then I tried to style it into a shorter wig. But if you can tell, there's nothing here. There's like no wefts of hair. By the time that I cut the wig, I noticed this. And it was like one of those long, curly dollar store wigs that I also thrifted from Value. The extra wefts of hair that I cut from this, I will glue back onto the wig cap, which I did. If I can find some of my work, you can see like the hot glue right there. And it kind of works. It looks fuller, but then it looks really gross and it doesn't look like a proper wig. I decided that I could use it for like a cursed cosplay version of the character, because I already paid money for this, so I might as well make it work. Oh, that is so embarrassing. That's why if you're dramatically changing the shape of a wig, do not buy from a dollar store, because it's just not gonna work the way you want it to. It's not gonna work, trust me. This is also a Deku wig, but the thing about this one, it's an actually good wig. The problem is, by the time I got this one, I already started getting bored of the series. I believe this one might have been from Doki Doki Cosplay, and thank you for that. Look how good it looks. But the problem is, I never end up wearing it. I do not hate the drastic shift in the series, because it went from like very like, oh yay, go to school, sparkles, into dark, death, mass murder, which was like, okay, but it was really hard for me. No hate to those who love the series. I just needed like some time to process, because it was such a huge shift. And then I started getting spoilers about what ended up happening in the ending of the series, and I didn't really like the direction that the series was going into, and so that's just me personally. I loved MHA. I don't know, I'll probably end up selling this. Lumika Cosplay, guys, go see Lumika Cosplay resale. It's really good. Use it. I would say this is a really good wig, and it's literally perfect for styling. There's so many wefts in this. I love this wig. This is my Doki Doki Cosplay wig for Iruma-kun from Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, and it is so good. It came relatively pre-styled, but I did have to like cut the bangs a bit because it was pretty long, but it looks so good. The only thing is it doesn't have like the little hair sticking out, but you're expected to pretty much style that yourself. Me personally, I do not know how to do that. I was thinking, I saw someone, they would buy wefts of hair and wrap it around some cardboard and glue it, or use magnets. I was thinking about doing that, but I just haven't had the time / money to do that. I love this wig so much. It's perfect color because it was made for the specific character. Oh, the only problem is that it's not a very popular series, and so nobody really usually knows who I'm cosplaying as, which sucks. I love this wig. This is my wig for my dress-up darling. What's her name? This is my Marin wig. I did the bangs myself. You can see the little indent there. It's in a pony, and I do not want to deal with the craziness that is this wig when I undo the pony, but it's really easy to brush and untangle. It's just, it gets tangled faster than most of my other wigs for some reason, and it's really good. I love the seam for like the top up here, and it has like a good amount of wefts too. I believe it's because of the layers of pink, but I remember it being kind of pricey. The contacts weren't that amazing, but to be fair, I did get one that was on sale, but the wigs were pretty good. Like, it was pricier, somewhere between like $15 to $30 from what I remember, but oh my god, it was so worth it. I love this wig. The only problem is I can only use it for Marin because of her signature hair color. I like getting wigs where I can reuse for more than one character to avoid spending more money, and I think it's just like more ethical that way. Definitely buy from that company. I recommend very much. My only problem with the Marin wig is that I believe that it was delayed when it was being delivered because it said it was supposed to arrive at a certain time and it was late to the point that I actually forgot that I bought this wig, but it did come in. This wig is another one of those cheap dollar store wigs, the same situation as my Psychic Hay wig, and the problem with this one is that it's really small. The wig, it's not adjustable. There are some wigs where it has like a little clip in the back where you can adjust it to the size of your head. It fits my head. I actually like this, even though it's one of those cheaper materials. It's shiny, but it still looks pretty good in photos. One thing that I really like is the layers. It's really nice, and I think it just blends in really well. To be fair, I don't know how it would look like on someone's head who had lighter hair, like blonde hair, because I also have naturally darker hair, so when I put the wig on, it's gonna blend in. I like it. I used it for Suichi, and I used it for L from Death Note, and I'm probably gonna use it again. If I had to pick which one of my wigs were the oldest, it would be this one. This is literally a wig that I used to wear years ago, and I don't completely sure where it's from, but I believe that it's either A, an Amazon wig, or B, one of those cheap Halloween wigs, because it's definitely cheap. It has so many wefts. Like, it's super thick. I mean, it's kind of tangled right now, but it is super thick. I have not worn this for cosplay since like years ago when I used it for Halloween once. I think that before that my mom used it as a poison ivy wig. I genuinely just think that people don't make good wigs for cheap anymore. That's my theory. If you look at wigs that were selling years ago at dollar store and then you look at the wigs now at dollar store, there's a huge difference in quality. Okay, so this is another situation where I bought two different wigs, but they're both like super old. They're both made for the same character, which was supposed to be Jiro from My Hero Academia, and I never worn either of them. One of them was just styled like this, and then the other one was, I styled it and it was longer. It was a longer wig that I cut to look for the character. And I never worn either of them because I hated the way both of them looked. This was really early into my cosplay journey, like before high school. Like it was years ago. It looks really choppy. I think this one might have been the one that I cut myself because look at those bangs. This one I think already came looking like this, but it was really shiny. This is like a dollar store kind of wig where I either thrifted it, those cheap under $5 wigs, and then I think this one might have been from Amazon, or in a similar situation with this wig. I don't mind the way this one looks. Like, you can tell that it's a Halloween wig, but I don't mind that. It's still very thick, and if you look at the comparison, which one would you rather Jiro wear? Okay, so story behind this wig. This is also a really old Halloween wig that was worn once, I'm pretty sure by my sister, because she did like this like Dorothy Halloween costume before. It's really crappy, but like it's one of those cases where it's one of those Dollarama kind of wigs where it's really cheap but somehow turns out pretty good. It has a crap ton of wefts. It's really thick. If you hold it up like this, you can see that the back is super thin and the sides have a lot more hair. Like, it's like really thin up here, so it probably would not look good styled in a ponytail or anything. I grabbed all the old Halloween crap because no one's gonna use it or it's just gonna be thrown out. So I have these, but I have not used them yet. Why can't we have wigs like this again? So, serious time, guys. This wig has kind of a sad story. It is not mine. I stole it. I stole it, okay? Okay, I'm sorry. I did not mean to, but it's mine now because I do not talk to this person anymore. You know who you are. I don't think they watch my videos, but if you do, you know who you are. But to be fair, they also stole a lot of my crap too, so, and I'm probably never going to interact with this person ever again, so does it really matter? So this is not my wig. This is from a friend from an old friend that I'm not friends with anymore for many reasons. I have worn this before and I'm probably just gonna keep it. Wop wop! It's mine now! Okay, maybe I shouldn't be that aggressive. I love this wig. I don't know where it's from. It has mysterious origins. If I had to guess, Amazon or Doki Doki. I got another yellow wig for you, one that I actually own. I used it for multiple cosplays. Like when I say multiple, I mean multiple. Originally, it was a long yellow wig and I cut it and it turned out pretty decent when I cut it. Right now, it's styled to be kind of like swift to the side. That's why the hair looks weird, but it looks really good when it's on your head because then it's like this giant piece of hair just swooshed over. They used it for Princess Peach with short hair cosplay. I used it for my Adrian Regress cosplay. Yes, I know it's ironic that my name is also Adrian, if you guys don't know. I also used this for my Keiichi cosplay. I did that a long while ago. I would want to do it again, but not a lot of people know or / play Your Turn to Die. I love this wig so much that I reused the crap out of it. It's actually an Amazon wig. I know, crazy. Quick tip, if it does not have a lot of thick hair, it's probably not gonna be good if you turn it into a ponytail or if you cut it short, but I got really lucky with this one. I have two silver wigs. I think this one's like the cheaper one. I have another one that's higher quality, and I think the higher quality one I got from Doki Doki. I used it for this Ciel cosplay. This one I used for a Totsuka cosplay. Totsuka is from rom-com, teenage rom-com something snafu. It's a really good show for if you like slice of life. And Totsuka is a femboy. It's a male character that the main character kind of has a thing for. And I really like Totsuka. He's really, really cute. And this wig is actually really good, but I do not recommend cutting it. It was already kind of at this length. I just cut it a little more. It wasn't one of those super long wigs, and I got pretty sure I got this from Amazon. And then the other one that I have for this Ciel cosplay, really good, really good. And it's also from Doki Doki Cosplay. I've been hearing that lately Doki Doki has been decreasing on their quality when it comes to wigs. And I wouldn't know about that because I haven't been buying any wigs recently from that company. But all of my other older wigs that I've gotten from Doki Doki are really good and I really like them. So if you want to know more details about like recent, like in 2025, 2026, how their quality of wigs look like, I definitely recommend go talking and seeing other channels. If I find any of people talking about it, I'll list them here. But from my personal experience, they're really good. Compared to things like Dollar Store or Amazon, I would totally go to Doki Doki again. But I want to live more ethically, so I've been buying a lot of my stuff secondhand through Lumica Cosplay Resale. And I've talked about this before, also a bunch of other sites for if you're buying cosplay online in another video. If you want to check that out, I'll link it or else put it at the end cards at the end of the video. If you're looking for like the highest quality wigs, everyone says go to Arta Wigs. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it was useful for you. And I do not know how to end videos. Usually at the end of the video there's like stuff here that tells you about my videos. If you want to check those out, they'll be up here like right now. I can't end videos. I suck at this. Bye!